Comparison that reads 9 runs in India's favour, 80 for 2 at the end of 10 overs. Sri Lanka was 71 for 2 at the same stage. But let's not forget the thrust towards the end of the innings. 4 overs for 72 runs. That's not what you want to leave yourself as a chasing side. So while India may be marginally ahead, they'll have to stay ahead and make sure maybe 10 to 15 or 11 to 15 are the overs that they can get ahead. Let's just confirm where they are at this stage as we review it on Cricbuzz Comm Box. 80 for 2 in 10 overs. Shreyas Iyer once again looking really good. 45 of 27 after the early loss of both Rohit Sharma and Ishan Kishan. Sanju Samson has finally got an outing, and you could see he's looking a little tentative, a little cautious. But once he gets going, it could spell doom for the opposition. In the company of Zaheer Khan on Cricbuzz Comm Box, just having a look at the start from Sanju Samson shows that he hasn't been around for a while, and even shows maybe that he's not quite playing as free-flowing as we know he can.
Understandably so. You have to look at the pressure of the international cricket. This is what we talk about, and it's but natural for any player to go through this. It's a comeback of sorts for him. So he has to make it count, and that pressure is definitely going to be there. The good part is that he's still out there. In this format, you've seen once you get into that rhythm, things will start flowing for him. Once the nerves are calm, then you can deal with the situation better. So that's what we are hoping for. But at the halfway mark in this innings, India is nicely placed. I think after the loss of Rohit Sharma's wicket early on, you can see a good recovery, mainly driven by Shreyas Iyer. Initially, you kind of see the vulnerable side of any batsman, walking in under pressure when the wickets are down. That was visible, but the counter attack was good, and it did pay off. The intent was there. The initiative which he took against the left arm spinner also was commendable, because when you have someone at the other end who is just a bit of under pressure, taking more time. You got to provide that cushion as well, and I think Shreyas understood that fantastically well, and countered that situation very well. Took the initiative, hit those 2 sixes back to back, and that's something which really took the pressure off. At halfway in the innings, 10 overs down, 80 runs. That was possibly the kind of score they wanted. You rightly said India is ahead by 9 runs in comparison to the Sri Lankan innings approach. So they still have 5 overs. I think 5 over mark. If they can make up even more runs, that will ease off the pressure at the back end. And to determine that kind of a situation and platform, you need partnership and wickets in hand. So it's important from India's point of view that they don't lose wicket in the next couple of overs.
Yeah, you certainly do, because that's exactly what they need to. That's the way they need to approach the innings. But interesting. Shreyas, of course, would like to go and finish it. So would Sanju Samson. But in a way, Zaheer, I think it's a blessing in disguise with the way Rohit Sharma has been playing, the way Ishan Kishan has been playing. In a sense, challenge thrown out, middle order is going to keep happening. Here's your chance to test yourselves out.
Absolutely, there is no doubt about that. You got to be prepared for any kind of situation, and we often speak about the exposure, the pressure of the game, pressures of the situation. So you got to have that experience of dealing with that situation. When it comes to the big occasions, when it all matters, and everyone is looking at this year as World Cup year, end of the year there is going to be World Cup. So you want the individuals who are going to be around in the mix to be ready to take on those kind of challenges. So from that point of view, yes, middle order and under pressure situation here is the opportunity for them to make use of, and that's what the team management and the skipper would want to see from middle order right now, taking on in remaining 10 overs.
Yeah, true test for that middle order with KL Rahul, Virat Kohli not there, Surya Kumar Yadav not there, Rohit Sharma back in the pavilion. So it's really a test in a sense of India's bench strength. But from Sri Lanka's point of view, they did have some bright sparks in the bowling department. Not too much in the first game in Lucknow, but here you can see Lahiru Kumara, who was very expensive in Lucknow, turning things around from Sri Lanka's perspective, and that'll be something that'll please Dasun Shanaka, because Chamira, we know, was always going to be the leader of the attack.
Absolutely, and when you have runs on board, this is the kind of effect you see. So the intent, it makes things easier for captain also to motivate the teammates. It makes it easy for everyone to understand the situation, and you're pumped up. In other words, you often speak about the momentum. So the momentum was certainly with the bowlers to take advantage of. 183 runs to defend is good enough total on any ground, any pitch. So that did help. You've seen Lahiru Kumara's pace was really up. He was bowling in high 140s, which was great. Did trouble all the batters. Chamira was swinging the ball also nicely. It was just about the ideal start which Sri Lanka needed. The wickets in the wickets column always helps to put the chasing team under pressure. So that also we saw. It's just that once that phase was done, you kind of getting a feeling that it's getting little easy for the batters, and you've seen with the older ball, it was easier for batters to deal with conditions. So that's something which Sri Lanka will have to be wary of. And the Indian batters right now, Shreyas and Sanju Samson, needs to take advantage of that and set that platform really strong. And like I said earlier, add those extra runs before it gets to the back end, the back 5 overs, when it's going to really matter. The pressure is going to be high. You want wickets in hand at the same time. If you can add some more runs and create that run cushion as well, it will be easier to chase down the total.
Certainly would be. Power play was quiet for Sri Lanka. They finished off at 18 runs in over. India's required rate hovering around 10.5 in over. Shreyas Iyer's got to a half century, and it can pose an interesting challenge, which of course we'll review at the end. Will it be 2-0 to India and series wrapped up, or are we going to have a Sunday feast with all to play for in Dharamshala? We'll see you at the end. That's all from Cricbuzz Comm Box.